Welcome and thank you for choosing Quest Heroes Boat Rental for your sea adventure today. Please pay attention for the duration of this short safety tutorial video. The basics. You have been provided with a life jacket for each person on the boat. These will be stowed on board your vessel in an accessible place. It is not obligatory to wear them. However, for your safety, we recommend wearing them at all times. On board, you will also find a fire extinguisher, some flares, a horn to raise attention, a reflective mirror, and a basic medical kit. It is very important to remember that these items are for emergency use only. Sea conditions on the day always determine where it is safe for you to go. Always stay within the boating area given to you by your instructor during your boat tutorial. Failure to comply is at your own risk and may result in your deposit being withheld. Make sure to always spread the passenger weight around the boat as evenly as you possibly can. Once on board, your instructor will guide you through the various features of your chosen boat and then conduct the driving tuition. You will be required to check and sign a superficial damage sheet highlighting any existing marks or scratches. Upon your return, the boat will be rechecked and any new damage or lost items will be deducted from your deposit. If the boat is returned in the same condition, your deposit will be refunded in full. To ensure you do not cause any damage to the boat, and in particular the engine propeller and the anchor configuration, you must not enter water with a depth of less than 1.5 meters, not be any closer than 40 meters distance of the coastline, and you must not deploy the anchor if you cannot see only sand below the boat. If you have any doubt, then move the boat to another area. Your boat comes completely full of petrol. Quest Heroes operate a full-to-full fuel policy. Upon your departure, your instructor will have given you a time to be back at the gas station. If you are going to be back more than 15 minutes early, please contact us by phone or WhatsApp on the number provided on your briefing sheets and maps. It is very important, however, that you are not late. Any late arrivals will incur a surcharge starting at a minimum cost of €50 depending on your chosen boat. Most of all, don't panic. If you get into any difficulty, then just put the boat into neutral gear, take a few calming breaths and start again. And remember, Quest Heroes are only a phone call away. Anchoring. Before you can leave the boat and swim, you will need to deploy the anchor that is located in the housing at the front of the boat. All Quest Heroes boats are equipped with sand anchors comprising of two sharp points that are designed to dig into the sand and anchor the boat to the seabed. Attached to the anchor is a short length of chain tied to approximately 15 meters of rope, which is then secured inside the anchor housing. You must only drop the anchor onto sand. If the anchor gets caught on rocks and you cannot free it, you may, however, have to untie the anchor rope from inside the housing and leave it behind. This will, however, incur the cost of a new anchor set, which will be deducted from your deposit. It is also extremely important to avoid dropping the anchor and chain onto the seaweed Posidonia. This seagrass is very rare and is critical to the marine life in Mallorca. Posidonia is protected by law. Causing any damage to the Posidonia is a criminal offence and may result in a large monetary fine. Choose a suitable location to anchor that is free of any visible rocks or seaweed. It should be at least 40 meters in distance from any land or coastline, and also a suitable distance of 25 meters from any other boat to avoid contact. Reduce your speed to walking speed as you approach, and then put the boat into neutral. You will glide slowly towards the desired area. As you near your chosen anchorage, carefully remove the anchor and chain from the housing. When you are over the sandy area, drop the anchor and chain to the seabed, making sure you can see it is only on sand. The boat will continue to move slowly until it has reached the end of the rope and then will settle into a position determined by the wind and current. You can shorten this distance by tying off the rope using 2 figure 8s around one of the metal locates on the front of the boat. Select 2 points on land to line up the boat and make sure you are no longer moving. When you are happy that the boat is securely anchored, you can then switch the engine off. There are steps located at the rear of the boat to enable you to climb in and out of the water more easily. Please make sure they are stowed away in the correct position when the boat is moving. When you are ready to return to the harbour, or if you wish to move locations, make sure everybody is on board and clear of the engine. Engine checklist. Before you can start the boat, check the following 3 things. The engine must be fully underwater. The gear stick must be in neutral. The kill cord must be securely in place. If the engine won't start properly after completing these 3 checks, then squeeze the manual pair hand pump 2 or 3 times to force petrol into the engine. Check there is not an obstruction, such as fishing line, wrapped around the propeller. If you encounter any issues or have any further questions while at sea, please contact us on the number found on your maps and briefing sheets. Start the engine and leave it in neutral gear. Using the rope, pull the boat slowly back to the anchor, putting the rope back in the housing as you go. Be careful not to pull too fast, as you may drag the anchor along the seabed. Do not be tempted to drive the boat towards the anchor, as the person at the front will not be able to gather in the rope fast enough. Once the anchor is directly below the front of the boat, slowly lift it off the seabed and out of the water. Take care not to damage the boat with the anchor as you put it back into the housing, and then close the lid. Drive slowly away from the area, keeping an eye out for swimmers.